drip, that's water, call that boss. You try my squad and they gon' be in cost. You better be prepared to take a loss. I left my enemies dripping, but it ain't sauce. It ain't sauce, no it ain't sauce. Yeah, enemies dripping, but it ain't sauce. No it ain't sauce, no it ain't sauce. Yeah, enemies dripping, but it ain't sauce. It ain't sauce, it ain't sauce.
Hello people, it's your boy Austin. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I will be reacting to Tyrone Magnus' Superman movie review. Boy, here we go again. I saw y'all got on me last time for reacting to Tyrone Magnus, so I figure I want more hate in my comments. So let's react to him again. I said in that video that I would react to his movie review because based off of what he said, I'm curious to what he's going to say in the Superman about Superman. And I just dropped my review, so make sure you go check that out. I'm curious to what he has to say because, like I said, this can in that video, like it can only go two ways. It can only go two ways. Either he somehow enjoys some of the stuff he sees now, and he does a switch, or he's gonna keep riding that hate train. Excuse me. That's really the only way it could go. Like that's really the only way it can go. It has to go one of the two. So let's see what he has to say about Superman the movie review. And I can actually comment because I've seen the movie now. So this video, I'm kind of late on this video because I didn't see the movie yet. So I had to see the movie before I actually watched it. So if he does say some stuff that's just generally not true, I can comment on it. So without further ado, we will start this video in a 3, 2, 1. Only 10 minutes. Oh boy. What the hell was that? Here we go.
Me. All right. Superman 2025 was stupid. It was dumb. It was corny. It was cheesy. It was goofy.
Here we go.
It was campy. And it was one big old piece of trash. I said it was one big old piece of trash. My
supposed to be Stone Cold?
God. That was one of the dumbest, stupid superhero movies I've ever seen, and I've seen Thor: Love and Thunder.
Thor: Love and Thunder? Wow. Oh, and that already. You want to know what's crazy, though? You want to know something crazy? Interesting factoid. And you can fact check me on this. Let me just make sure. Let me just check something. Because well, let me wait for this ad. Skip that. Y'all can fact check me on this, but I'm pretty sure
The crypto bad dog.
I'm pretty sure Thor: Love and Thunder made more money than Man of Steel. I could be wrong. Y'all personally don't like to go by, at least y'all Snyder fans. Now y'all don't want to go by Rotten Tomatoes and the audience score. So we gotta go by something. Okay? So let's not go by the ratings, because clearly if we're going by ratings, if we're going by ratings, Thor: Love and Thunder is better than Man of Steel. But whatever. But let me check something. Let me check something. Oh wow. Yep, I was right. Thor: Love and Thunder made more money than Man of Steel. I'm just saying. Continue though.
Jokes were played like the screaming goats. Hour later, the crypto bad dog jokes were played like the screaming goats.
Crypto dogs were played like this. I guess. I didn't really. Honestly, in the beginning, yeah, I thought that in the beginning, yeah, but after a while, no, not really, no, not really, no. Maybe in that beginning scene where Superman crash lands and Crypto keeps like banging on him and stuff, and then eventually pulls his cape. Yeah, but other than that, no. Like after a while, Crypto pretty much does what he does. Pretty much helps out the Justice Gang and Superman in really good ways. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Hour later. Half hour later.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah. There were a lot of characters in this movie, and I gotta say, I think that James Gunn actually handled that well. I think he's actually has
Oh my God! Did Tyrone Magnus just give James Gunn a freaking credit? Oh my goodness!
the talent for that. I liked Mr. Terrific. I did not like Hawk Girl. Guy Gardner was okay with me.
Oh girl, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Hawk Girl, and I said in my review, Hawk Girl didn't really have a lot to do. She was, yeah. I'll give you that.
I liked,
Just being
what's his name?
It's
Now I'm forgetting his name. Metamorpho. I liked him.
okay.
Lois was okay. Jimmy was.
Metamorpho. I don't think I mentioned Metamorpho. Metamorpho was pretty cool. I like Metamorpho.
Right. Lex was kinda good.
Kinda good.
Crypto irritated me, but there were cute moments.
Crypto irritated you, but there are cute moments. Okay.
Perry White was just there.
Just, to be fair with you, I think the only time Perry White was, in my opinion, like done really good, or we saw like a real like Perry White, was in Christopher Reeves' movies. I don't really think Perry White is that good in, and that's no knock to whatchamacallit in Man of Steel, but like most of the Perry White in most of the Superman movies is kind of like how Commissioner Gordon was in the early Batman movies. He's kind of just, and that's kind of like he kind of just there.
Ultraman was Ultraman. He was rather boring, to tell you the truth.
I mean, he was a clone.
I liked Clark's parents, especially his mom. His mom was funny. I liked his mom.
Okay, interesting.
Someone shows up at the end of the movie and has a really stupid exchange. A scene with Crypto. Superman himself.
If you're talking about, spoiler alert, skip away from this right now. If you're talking about Supergirl, how is this stupid? Well, you don't want to spoil it, but hopefully, yeah, you don't want to spoil it. But if we're talking about Supergirl, I need to know what was stupid about it. So far, this video is actually not bad, except for the beginning where so far he's named like a bunch of stuff that he's liked. The only thing he's really hate is Crypto. Yeah, he only said the only thing he really hates is Crypto. He doesn't really hate everything else is either he likes or is okay. Yeah, and he even said Crypto had cute moments, so he kind of likes Crypto.
You know, I kind. It's weird. Like he had his moments. You know, Corn Sweat had his moments. I think that he has the ability to play Clark/Superman however he is written. It's just, I think that the way he was written, yeah, you know, there's a lot of him getting beat up. There's a lot of him getting frustrated with things. You know, a little whiny.
Whiny. I'm trying to figure out, when y'all say whiny, what scenes? I need someone in the comment section tell me exactly what scene you're referring to. Just give me a scene. Just give me a scene, and I'll comment, and we'll have a discussion about it. We'll have a discussion about it. Tell me what exact scene are you talking about? Because when you say whiny, I'm trying to think what scene you're referring to. Because if you're talking about when Lex Luthor takes his dog, like really, if that's your moment that you're talking about when Lex Luthor takes his dog, who the hell would not go crazy if someone's dog or friend was taken from them and they went on a rampage, was like, where's the fucking dog? Like, if that's your definition of whiny, then I don't agree with you. If you're talking about the moment where him and Lois are having like a little banter back and forth with the whole review, I mean, how is that him being whiny? That's him that's Lois preparing him for Lois trying to prepare Clark for what the media might do, and that's Clark showing how he actually is just expressing his feelings, what is going on. And this was also showing how their relationship was and how Lois doesn't feel like they work as a relationship. So it was a lot of other stuff happening there within that. So I don't really feel like that's a good point of him being whiny. Um, I'm trying to think of another scene, but like I said, in the comment section, let me know what specific scene you're like talking about, and we'll talk about it.
You know,
But I like, if anything, I feel like he nails every single even if you quote unquote say he was whiny, he nails every one of those moments, every emotion that Superman needed to be in those moments.
I liked him, you know, but I didn't really like him.
What does
I
that mean? What does that mean? What the hell? What does that mean? You liked him, but I ain't really like him.
didn't love him. I didn't feel that Superman was great. You know what I mean? The character itself.
I don't. Damn. I mean, I don't fully agree with that. I don't fully agree with that. Yeah, like I don't fully agree with that. I feel like there were like I feel like he had his moments where he didn't. I will admit he didn't have a lot of aura farming. He needed more aura farming. James Gunn, give this man some more aura farming. You know. But on a serious note, I feel like it wasn't there wasn't enough of certain moments, but when he had that moment, he had it. Like when he had a moment where he wanted to be threatening, when he freaking pushed Guy Gardner back, like, bro, back off, bro. Like, back off, man. Like, I was like, okay, I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. When he was like eyes up here, he took off and then he spun around and then came back down and hit the monster. I felt that. Like, he has his moments where he needs to be this, he needs to be that certain emotion or show that certain emotion. Yeah, so I don't fully agree with that. That's
The
why I was like, I need him to kind of go into context.
score and the music was, you know, it was good at times. Sometimes it was, you know, but I think it fit for the most part.
Yeah, the music wasn't really. I would say the music wasn't bad at all. Like I would say, most of the time, the music that was being played was like the revamped version of the John Williams Superman theme. Like the only other music was really, I get, like the moments with Mister Terrific fighting. Like, yeah, like the moments with Mister Terrific fighting, or like or Guy Gardner fight. Like when it's another character, one of the Justice Gang members fighting. But mostly when Superman was on screen, it was mostly that theme being played.
I didn't feel drawn out of it, you know. Um, the special effects. I felt as though the special effects seemed a little bit better than what I had seen in the trailers and in the clips.
I agree. I agree. Other than that one fight scene with his eyes looking weird, even though James Gunn said that wasn't CGI, like I said, my only issue is that I wish he went like this. He didn't. He doesn't go like this.
Certain things with context made more sense, you know, when you're watching the whole movie.
Mm.
But oh,
Oh, so what you're saying is you shouldn't fully judge everything until you actually watch the film? Got you, got you, got you, got you. Wow, I wish I knew that.
overall, man, it was just so chock full of slapstick camp that I just found myself shaking my head.
Chopstick camp. What, the jokes? When it comes to the jokes, I feel like I can't fully judge the jokes because, like I said in my review, I feel like it's based off of is like humor to me. In my opinion, humor is subjective. So if you thought the jokes in Superman weren't funny, then they weren't funny. If you thought the jokes in Superman were funny, then they were funny. Because there are plenty of MCU movies that I still really enjoy, but the jokes aren't funny. Like, they're just not funny. Like, I don't find some of the jokes funny. Like, there are plenty of jokes in the first Avengers movie that I'm just like, that wasn't funny. Like, why did you do that? That wasn't funny. But I still really like the first Avengers movie. So it's like that really depends on who you are. So I'm not gonna fully, because I feel like the jokes, based off of my theater and based off of what I got from the jokes, I thought they were pretty funny. They didn't always land. They weren't always the best, but I thought they were pretty funny. And my theater was pretty much laughing the entire time. And there were some jokes I didn't laugh at, but they was laughing. So I feel like that depends on who you are. And clearly you didn't like the jokes. So I mean, or the jokes felt too campy. So
That was it. It's and I never got over the suit. However, there were moments where he looked better in the suit, and moments where he didn't look better in the suit. You get what I'm saying? Um, God's honest truth. I actually did forget about the suit at one point. It didn't. I was just like, I was so used to it. It was just like, okay, it is what it is. And it didn't quote unquote bother me any.
yeah, it didn't bother you, but you still hate it. You still hate it. Honestly, yeah, I didn't really think about the suit that much either, regardless of if I hated it or not. Yeah, like it didn't even. I'm surprised you don't have nothing to say about the signature stance, But yeah, the suit didn't bother. The suit didn't. Yeah, him possibly getting a new suit, that was a lie. That was a lie. I don't know who said that, who made that up, but that was a lie. I don't know who said that. They said the same thing in the Batman not too long ago, that he would possibly be getting a new suit, and in the Batman he stays with the same suit, and the same thing is here. I don't know where that came from, but whatever.
Anymore. You get what I'm saying? I do not think if there truly is a changing of the guard going on with audiences, then this very well could be a hit. I personally don't think it will be.
You don't think this movie would be a hit? Did you? I don't think you saw those box office numbers. I don't think you did. I don't think you did. Based off of those ratings, like I said, y'all can say what you want about Rotten Tomatoes and the critic audience score, but you have to think about this. There is still some truth to those ratings. There is still some truth to those ratings. Yeah. Point example, Morbius. If Morbius has when Morbius first came out, it had a 17% on the critic side. You don't think they're like, and people's like, oh, that's not true. That's not how it. You don't think there's some truth to those ratings? Like, there's not any truth to those ratings. Wow, they got a 17%, and it had like a 65% in audience. You don't think there's some truth to that? Like, there's like, you don't. I'm not saying you have to always go based off Rotten Tomatoes, and I don't always go based off of Rotten Tomatoes, because there are plenty of movies where I don't agree with what the score is. But with either score, like, I don't think Jurassic World, y'all giving that movie all that money, and y'all keep supporting them terrible Jurassic movies, and y'all keep giving it high ratings on the audience. I disagree with that. I don't think and y'all know that movie is not good. But the point is, there's still some truth to them. There's still some truth to the ratings. And if we're not going to go based off of ratings, then you need to go based off of what the majority of what the box office is, or what the money wise is. Because clearly, if we're going based off box office, then this movie is a success. If the movie makes its money back and goes past its money, then it's a success.
I think there is a high probability that it will flop.
It will flop? No. 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 If I I can search up the numbers. Just yeah, I can search up the numbers, but based off of this movie's track record so far, based off of no. Yeah, like look at like this is when I just go on Instagram, this is the first thing that pops up. Like if you like it's and this is not just on one page. This is on IGN's page. This is on different movie pages. Like this isn't me just going based off of one source. Like this is something that's being constantly said on multiple platforms. The movie is like, and I can look for them, but you know, it's past $217 million at the box office opening weekend. Like that, like if you saying this movie's gonna flop, like that's just not you. Like that's you being a hater. You're being a hater.
Don't think it's a good movie, and I know James Gunn is capable of making great movies. It's just I think he brought one recipe to a particular character that it doesn't work with. You know.
If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I disagree. I disagree. It's working. It's not working for you, but it's working. It's working. The proof is in the pudding. It's working. It's working. It's working because people love it. People love it. Each and every day, like I said, I can keep scrolling on Instagram. I see something new about it making more money and seeing new reviews about it being good. I don't, you know, the ratings on Rotten Tomatoes have dropped, but for the most part, I think where they are now is where they're going to stay. Like it's at a 93% for it's at a 93%. I can check again. We can check again right now, just to make sure. Even though I know I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's not moving. It's at a 93%, a 93% for audience, and an 82% for critic. You know, not all of y'all go by that. You know, of course, you need to form your own opinion. But I'm just saying, based off of that, I don't think it's going to quote unquote flop. I don't think it's going to flop. I don't think it's going to do bad unless it's The Flash, and it wasn't.
You ever have two dishes, something you're cooking, and you normally
if you I'm fine with you saying the movie isn't good. You didn't like it, that's fine. Whatever, whatever. I get you. You claim that you're a Superman fan, a Superman comic book fan. You read comic books about Superman, but if you did, for you to say the movie is just not good at all, but you stated a bunch of stuff that you liked about the film, I just don't feel like that makes sense. Like he didn't really, if you really think about it, he didn't say really anything other than Crypto being annoying. He didn't really say anything like negative. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. Like the film is bad. How? In your words, how? I need more.
cook it with chicken, but you decide to cook it with beef this time, and it doesn't taste right. Exactly. You know what works for Peacemaker does not work for Superman. For
It's working. It's just not working for you. It's working. It's working. Like I said, I'm gonna keep saying the proof is in the pudding. It's working. It's working.
me, at the end, does not work for Superman. For me.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that. For you, because it's working for other people. It's working.
The end, the theater was packed. I was able to get a couple of seats from the Amazon Prime.
Damn, I wish I was able to get those. One day.
I'm Superman pre-sale. Get your tickets now. I am Magnus
That's
Prime.
probably the most comments I've seen Tyrone Magnus in like a while. Outside of the beginning of this video, I don't know what the hell that was. He was grown ass man, but this is the comments I've seen him.
And I approve this message.
Oh my God!
We've got 3
so
hours to write a new tagline. What do you got?
2 good seats too. And I heard, I don't know, I would say maybe 3 or 4 people clapping at the end. It was kind of like that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, that's what I'm like. It's based off of the theater experience. It's based off, the first time I saw it, my whole theater clapped at the beginning and at the end. The second time, no one clapped for the beginning, at the beginning, and then it was like they was hesitant to clap but it was like they still clapped. Yeah, it was like a hesitance to clap, you know. So I feel like it's based off of who is in the theater and is who is watching the film. That's what I feel like it's based off of.
But the crowd did not stand and applause. It was none of that.
Well, I don't. When I watched Avengers Endgame, no one stood up and did a standing ovation. No one did that. So I don't think no one would do that for Superman. Yeah, no one stood up and did a standing ovation for Avengers Endgame. No one did that. So that's just me making and doing an example, because that was one of the biggest movies of one of the biggest movies ever. So if no one did a clapping and standing ovation for Avengers Endgame, I doubt they're going to do that for the first movie in the DCU.
I got a bad feeling about this. People have been sending me links to stuff all day long.
But that's your theater experience. Not everyone has that exact theater experience.
About, oh, look what it's doing on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, so what? It's the critics. We haven't seen the audience yet, and it's already.
When did the video come out? When did this video come out? Because I know I was late. 4 days ago. Okay, so this was before Friday.
Dropped from what I saw. It started out with 90-something%, went down to 80-something% with the critics. So, you know, people could say, oh, you're going to eat crow. I don't care. I wanted it to be a good movie. It did not end up being a good movie.
It is a good movie. It's just not a good movie to you. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's a pretty good movie, in fact. But it's not a good movie to you. Let's keep specifying that. To you. It wasn't a good movie. It's a great movie. It's a good movie, and it's a great movie to a lot of others. So it's just not a good movie to you.
Movie. I don't ever have to see it again. I hope he does much better with Supergirl or with the remaining movies. But I got a bad feeling, because when you see this movie, there are hints to other movies coming. And if he stays the course, I do not think it is going to fare well for the DCU. I really don't. Christopher Reeve's Superman 1.
Well, you know, if you feel like it's not going to fare well for the DCU, I mean, let's be honest here. We can't get any worse than the DCEU. And based off of the numbers and the Rotten Tomato scores that this movie shows, it's not really seeming like this movie is doing as bad as you're making it out to be. So I don't know what you're really trying to say here. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. It can't do as bad as the DCEU did. So, I mean, that's about as worse as it's probably going to get. And clearly, this movie is making more money and doing way better than what Man of Steel did. So, I mean, it seems like this is going to be a pretty good DCU. Like I said, I don't know what you're going. Yeah, I don't really know what you're trying to say here. I mean, I know what you're trying to say, but it's just not making sense.
1, 2, and 3 blow this out of the water. To me. 1, 2, and 3. Christopher Reeve's Superman 1, 2, and 3 blow this out of the water.
I don't think the film is better than Superman 1. Christopher Reeve's Superman 1. Christopher Reeve's Superman 1, I don't think it does better. It does okay. It's better than that movie in some aspects. In some ways, it's better. But in other ways, that movie is better. Superman 2, I might take this movie over Superman 2. You tripping. You might be a little, especially if you're talking about Richard, yeah, like what is actually it don't matter which, the Richard Donner cut or Richard Lester's version. I might take this movie over Superman 2. You might be tripping with that. You definitely tripping with Superman 3. Superman 3 is not a good movie at all. You just being a hater. You being a big hater. This movie is like this. Superman 3 doesn't even touch Batman and Robin. Like you want to talk about this movie is worse than Superman 3? You just being a hater. You tripping. This movie is way miles, like fields better than Superman 3.
Order to me. To me.
Yeah, to you. I'm glad. I'm so glad you are specifying that, because you saying this movie is not as good as Superman 3 is crazy. That is a crazy statement. That's like me saying freaking The Batman is not as good as Batman Forever. Like that is a crazy statement to say, what you just said.
Man of Steel blows this out of the water.
It's not better than Man of Steel. It's not. It's not. The movie already is making more money than Man of Steel. It's not better than Man of Steel. It's not. It's not. It's not even close. It's not even close. I gave Man of Steel his props. I gave Man of Steel his props in the video. I gave Man of Steel his props in my video for what I think it did better than this movie. But overall, it's not better. It's not better. No one is picking. If you actually sat down and watched these movies back to back, you're not picking Man of Steel. Not even close. Which movie actually represents Superman and who he is as a person and as a character, as who he is as a person and how he is in the comics? You're picking this movie. You're not picking Man of Steel. No. And if Man of Steel was that good as you say it was, he would have got a sequel and that franchise would still be alive. But it's not. This movie is already doing better. And like I said before in the beginning of the video, Thor Love and Thunder made more money than that movie. So, and this movie is already making more money than Man of Steel. So you're just wrong. Like you're just wrong. I'm sorry. If we're not going based off of Rotten Tomatoes, even though Man of Steel had a 51%, had a rotten score and a 75%, and this movie has an 82% for critic. It's not rotten, it's fresh, and it has a 93%, then, and we're not going based off of that, then I don't know what to tell you. Because clearly, based off of the ratings and the box office, this movie is better. And people enjoy this movie more than that movie. They enjoy it 93% more than freaking Man of Steel. So you're just wrong. And it's okay. If this is how you feel, I respect it. I respect your opinion. But you're wrong.
To me.
To you.
It felt like one.
I'm glad you say to you. Please keep specifying to you. Because it's not to others. Only you and the Snyder cultists. Only you and the Snyder cultists. Y'all are the only ones that feel like that. Because like I said, if this was true, that universe would still be alive. So I'm glad you're specifying it to you. I respect your opinion.
Long CW episode. That's what it felt like.
A long CW episode is crazy. And the funny thing about it is, you're talking about a long CW episodes, but there are CW episodes that are better than Man of Steel. The whole entire Superman and Lois is a better adaptation than Man of Steel. That's the funny part.
Tyler's series. I liked it more than this.
But then again, like, I feel like you should like Tyler's more. That was a whole TV show. You had Tyler as Superman for like, I was like Tom Welling. You had that man as Superman for 10 years. Like, man, you should like him more than a lot of the Superman. Dean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, them TV show Superman, like, you had them for years. And Tyler was in Supergirl. So, like, you had him from, like, almost, like, 8 years. So, of course, you should like him more. But David Cornsweet looks more of the part. He acts more of the part than Tyler does. I'm sorry. He does. Tyler just has more. Right now he has more years and he's more of an experienced Superman. So he's gonna. But I'm not knocking Tyler, because Tyler is definitely one of the best Superman. He definitely did his thing. I'm not knocking Tyler at all. He did his thing. He's better than Henry Cavill for sure. But he definitely did his thing. But David acted the part and he did his thing. I'm sorry, he did.
Tom Welling's series, I liked it more than this.
Like I said, Tom Welling had freaking 10 seasons. Like, the nigga had 10 seasons. You saw him from his origin all the way to the end of his, like, to the beginning of him actually being Superman. Like, you had 10 years prior. Like, of course.
Watched Dean Cain's series. Man.
Yeah, you are literally, like, you are trying to find every bone in your body to hate on this movie. You really are trying to find it to really go in and hate on this movie. This video started off so great. It wasn't as bad of a start, and then it just got, the moment he mentioned Man of Steel, I was like, "Yep, here we go." I thought we was going to get through a video without him mentioning Man of Steel, but he did.
So there you have it, folks. I told you I would give it a shot. I gave it the old college try. I told you what I liked about the movie. I told you what I didn't like.
You mostly only said you didn't like Crypto, and that was really it. And then you somewhat said you don't like some of the special effects a little bit, but you didn't really go or say anything that you didn't really go into depth about really anything you didn't like. Not really. Other than like Crypto being annoying. But then you said he had cute moments. So I guess.
There were certain shots that were pretty cool. Even that weird one where it shows him flying from different angles, really shaky cam and fast. That actually worked for me in context of what was going on in the movie. There were certain shots of him flying and doing stuff that were really powerful and dynamic. It's just the majority of it was just so full of silliness.
Full of silliness. What was silly about it? What about him flying?
It was.
I told you, my only issue with him with his flying was that he never does this. Like, he needed to do more of this. Like, please, James, it's not hard. Like, just have him go like this. Please, just have him go like this.
It didn't work. Not for me. Not for me.
Not for you. I'm glad. I'm glad you say that. I'm glad you're saying that. Say for you. For you. For you. It works for everyone else. But you and the Snyder, it doesn't work for y'all. Like I said, I gave Man of Steel the props, and go check out my review. I gave Snyder his props. I gave him his props. I give him his props on what I liked. I do, like I said, I do think that his story was more flowing. It's more easier to follow. But what story actually makes you feel like you're watching Superman or a Superman movie about the character of freaking Superman and feels more comic booky? Yes. And bro, you say that this movie was too campy and but you like Superman 3 more than this movie? How does that make sense? Yeah, like, how does it, Superman 3 with Richard Pryor, all the bad jokes that he makes in that movie, and no knock to Richard Pryor, he's funny, he's just not funny in that movie. But you chose all of the goofiness that happens in Superman 2 and 3 and Superman 1 with him reversing time. That's okay. But the stuff in this was, that was just too much. That was just too much. How does that make sense? How? But okay, whatever.
I'm going to give this 2 out of 5. Woo!
2 out of 5. Whoa. That's too low. If you're doing it out of 5, I would give it a 4.
James Gunn, I still like you. Hopefully we got some bangers coming along. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all think. By the way, I saw people already attacking Jeremy Johns online, calling him MAGA and all this other stuff because he didn't like the movie. People are sick. And the people attacking him, they claim that they're on the side of the loving, of the accepting. They love diversity, but they won't allow diverse opinions. The only opinion they allow is their own. Sick.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I have no comment on that because I didn't see that, and I don't have no opinion on that because I didn't really see that, and don't really, so. Yeah. But yep, that's his review. He started off actually okay, and then it kind of got a little worse. But like he didn't really he somewhat said what he didn't like, but he mostly just said stuff that he liked. Yeah, he mostly said stuff that he likes, but whatever. Um, yeah, that's let's see he actually does a spoiler talk video. Oh, I should have reacted to that. Even though that video's like, of course he reacted to Angry Joe. I reacted to Angry Joe too. Surprisingly, Angry Joe didn't like it. A total disappointment. So is he only reacting to videos that show the movie? Is he only reacting to videos that say the movie is bad? Yeah, like 500 million is a catastrophic failure. How? A beautiful James Gunn mess. Yeah, like is he only reacting to people that say it's bad? Superman's box office opening weekend fails to beat Man of Steel. What? What? What are we?
Yep,
What are
sweeping
we?
industry. You're
What?
telling me
What
I
are we
don't have to
talking
spend
about?
countless hours consolidating our company's financial data anymore?
And the longer the movie is
217 million.
in the theater, they get a bigger cut as the weeks go on of the ticket sales. Yeah. Yeah. So y'all be thinking something's a success. And shoot, I used to be ignorant on that too. I'm like, oh yeah,
You
I
are
mean,
being ignorant on it because if you truly believe they did the same thing with Men, I'm not watching this. My video is done. I reacted to his review. I can't lose any more brain cells. I'm not watching that. Yeah, the movie came out Friday. Like we still have a whole like month. But okay, whatever. I don't.
Hey, it's the best opening for the.
And then he's reacting to someone going based off of Twitter. Yeah, no. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.